Alright, welcome back to another video. As always, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. And the reason we're gonna react to this video by AM Hoops, the video is always in the description, is because I seen a report that when Darvin Ham got fired and like a day later, I think it was like yesterday, he had interviews, or it might be the day I'm recording this, but he had interviews with a couple people, and he decided to fire like almost like most of the head coaching staff for the Lakers, and like that really intrigued me because I was like, wait a minute, hold up, you just got here. He's already doing this, and then Rasheed Wallace is a part of the team. So this got me thinking, like, what's going on over there? So we're gonna react to this video, and I hope you enjoy this. Let's hop straight into it. All right, so before we get to the video, Lakers fans or just NBA fans in general, let me know, what is y'all opinion on Russell Westbrook? Like, what y'all think is gonna happen this offseason? Like they gonna get traded or they gonna ride it out? Because in my opinion, I think he's probably gonna get traded eventually. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Russ, big fan of Russ, but I think he's that point in his career where like this might be like the decline, like the slow decline. I'm not saying he's out the league like next year, but he still has a lot left in him. But we may never get like all-star Russell Westbrook again, but who knows? So yeah, let me know what y'all thinking. He's already proven to be a Hall of Famer, so I don't think. I mean, hey man, we just gotta see. But y'all let me know what y'all think. But let's hop straight into the video.
The worst thing that Russell Westbrook did last year was not bricking some shot or being bad on defense. It's what he said to the media before he went on off-season vacation.
LeBron and AD were very clear with, like, let Russ be Russ. Like, we heard that a lot.
Yeah, but that wasn't true. I just felt that I never was given a fair chance just to be who I needed to be able to help this team.
Blamed everybody except for himself. He even blamed LeBron. Took zero responsibility for what happened.
Yeah,
so
that's
naturally,
crazy.
rumors
That's
come out, oh,
crazy.
the Lakers want to trade Russell Westbrook. You think? He even liked an IG post saying to retire if they can't find a trade. But
No
turns
way.
out other teams still want a first-round pick. Oh, never mind. LA plans to actually keep Russell Westbrook. So the number one question when they're interviewing for a new head coach, so how do you plan to use Russell Westbrook? Well, the problem with the Lakers' new coach is he apparently has a plan. So what did this guy actually tell the Lakers front office?
Yeah, please,
well, the way
Darvin Ham,
I
let me
see
know.
it, there are only 3 things he could have said. So we're gonna count down all 3 plans from the least likely to the most likely. All right, so number 3 is just to send Russ home. And I know that sounds crazy, but this happens to a lot of vets. Like Goran Dragic, for example. He didn't even play for Toronto last year until they found a spot for him in Brooklyn. What about John Wall? He gets paid a ton. He doesn't play for Houston.
Okay, hold up. In terms of John Wall, bro, like Rockets, trade that man John Wall. I know his contract is crazy, but we want to see John, either trade him or let that man play. We want to see John Wall play. He's been healthy like for the past like season. Let this man play basketball. Come on, man. Please.
He gets in the way of like their young guards getting minutes. Well, Russ just gets in the way of the Lakers getting wins. It probably would be best if he just wasn't there.
That's crazy.
They need a player who can set screens, make smart cuts, play defense, and shoot. You know, everything that Russ is not. And he's not going to change. I mean, listen to that press conference. He blames everybody else. Says they set him up to fail. What do you call LeBron moving to center, Vogel changing his defense to make up for Russ, or letting Russ start games and close games, even though he didn't deserve it? Everyone catered to Russ, but it didn't work. Running it back is a horrible option. Now, if they can agree to like a buyout or find a trade, I get it. But sending him home is a realistic plan. But the number 2 plan would be to come off the bench. And this is why.
Yeah, honestly, I like to come off the bench more because, like, just like, don't get me wrong, like Russell's not the best player in the league no more, but Russell still has a lot to offer to a team. So it's just sending him home. I'm not the biggest fan of, so I would say I'm more of a fan of this one. Just let him come off the bench. Yeah, like honestly, either let him come off the bench or trade him. Just don't just send him home though. That's kind of crazy.
Sending him home is even an option. I doubt Russ would actually come off the bench. Like, everyone in the world knows that Russ's game is regressing except for him. And last year, the front office actually tried to push Frank Vogel to bench Russ, but Vogel didn't do it so that he could preserve their relationship, and he still got fired. But I think the pitch to Russ, okay,
Frank
to come off
Vogel
the
ain't stand
bench
a
is
chance
this.
when they
Look,
his roster
Russ,
he got.
you can still close some games because you are a great player. We just need like another elite guy on the floor when LeBron sits. I mean, you can like own the second unit and have like your own team kind of, like when you were in OKC or that second half of the season with the Wizards. Plus, you don't want to play with LeBron and AD. You end up just hanging out in the corner. You're so much better than that. And you're going to face lesser competition and smash them. Put respect back on your name. And by the way, if Russ was smart, he would actually like that plan because he's about to be a free agent. If he wants to get another contract playing basketball, teams need to like see him in a role. But again, he's probably too proud to come off the bench.
Really hurt
Before
Russ.
we get to the number one plan, I do want to take another look at a trade. No NBA contract is untradeable.
I'm interested
Maybe
in trades.
they're just
Hold up, let's see what he got to say.
saying they're definitely going to hold on to Russ. I mean, LA is in such a horrible spot. I mean, right now, all these teams know that the Lakers are in a tight spot, so they're going to force them to give up a first-round pick.
Lakers
so the
have
Lakers
no
are just
leverage
trying
right
to
now.
like flip that leverage. They're like, oh no, we'll keep Russ. You can't strong-arm us into giving up a pick. But secretly, it's gonna happen. And also, as the trade deadline gets closer, more teams are gonna want Russ. I mean, he's opting into.
Honestly, like I feel like that's the only way you're gonna have to trade Russ is if the Lakers like throw in a pick, because like a team already is taking on like Russell Westbrook after what we just saw from this season. So I think they're going to have like some reinsurance. Like we gonna want that first round pick or whatever pick y'all got. Like we gonna want that pick. We already taking on Russ. We gonna need some more to fall back on, honestly. So I think that's the only way that's gonna work.
A $47 million player option.
Dang.
That is super valuable to a team that wants cap space. And the way this works, the reason expiring contracts are valuable is a team can send multiple rotation players for Russ, and then when the season ends, his money comes off the books and they've got all this cap space. More teams are going to fall out of contention and start looking to next off season. One team could be the Pacers getting Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, and that 2027 first.
For what?
The Lakers getting Buddy Hield and Malcolm Brogdon. The Pacers want to build around
I like
Tyrese
that for the
Halliburton,
Lakers, not for the
so
Pacers,
clearing
though.
out their backcourt makes sense. The upside for LA, obviously, bringing in two guys who can shoot. The downside is their salary. Hield is under contract through 2025, Brogdon through 2024. That ties up $42 million on their cap for years.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is actually
A lot of
the
money.
best case scenario for the Lakers. So much would have to go right for this trade to happen. Like the Pacers not finding a better deal for Buddy Hield and Malcolm Brogdon. I think a more realistic trade is the Hornets get Russell Westbrook.
For what?
The Lakers get Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier. Charlotte does this not to play Russ next to LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
It's to clear up their cap.
I was about to say,
Rozier's
'cause
four-year,
I don't like that
$97
with
million
LaMelo.
deal was a mistake. Hayward can't stay healthy, and he's on the books for $61 million. If they get Russ, all that goes away in one season. The problem is that reports say LA does not want this deal, but it's the only
Man, they
way they
should.
can move
What?
Russ without giving up a pick. But the number one plan, and what I think Darvin Ham actually told them, is to surround Russ with shooters. Ham told
We
the
been
Lakers
said
front
that.
office, guys, I had Giannis in Milwaukee, okay?
Every
Similar
Lakers
skill
fan
set
said
as
that.
Russ, although at a much higher level. I know how to maximize this kind of player. Forget what Frank Vogel did. Remember how he played Russ with Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan? What an idiot!
Yeah, that's disgusting.
The Athletic actually showed how dumb that move was. With either Dwight or DJ, minus 9.4 net rating.
What?
Without a traditional center, minus 0.2. So
You know how
actually,
bad that
Russ
is,
is
right?
kind of right. He did kind of set him up to fail.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
pretty
plan
bad.
will be to play Anthony Davis at center as much as possible, put LeBron in there sometimes, but also the front office has to get a stretch.
All right, so like I know we talking about Russ, but we can't not like just ignore the fact that AD can't stay healthy. Like you could have whatever game plan you want, but AD can't stay healthy. Like it's literally unfortunate. Like you could have the best game plan in the world, but when your star big man can't stay healthy, there's nothing you can do about that. There's really nothing you can do about it. Like, I'm not making excuses for Russ playing bad season, but like, and the Lakers being bad, but it's just like you can't do nothing about that.
5. The perfect player is Brook Lopez. He is
Yes.
a 7-foot rim protector who can stretch the floor. That freed up the paint for Giannis to do his thing, and it puts a plus defender on the floor at all times. So who is the closest player to Brook Lopez that they could get? The top free agent is Mo Bamba. He just had the best year of his career, a great rim protector who shoots 38% from deep. The Lakers wouldn't mind giving him a long-term deal because he's only 24 years old. Dude is a restricted free agent, but I think the Magic would let him go, especially if they draft Chet Holmgren. Now, this is probably not realistic because he's going to command a bigger salary than LA can give him. So number 2 is PJ Tucker. I know he's 37 years old. He played small ball center on the Bucks championship run. He also played with Russ in Houston, and he's a 3-and-D player, which of course the Lakers need. Number 3 is Jalen Smith. The only way this happens is if he doesn't get the contract that he's hoping for. Like Malik Monk, he takes a short-year prove-it deal. The Lakers can offer the $6.3 million mid-level exception, which is not bad for one season in LA. Look, the problem with Darvin Ham is he apparently has a plan to solve Russ, and no one has been able to do that. Tell me which plan you think Darvin Ham should go with. Is it sending Russ home?
All right, so there y'all have it. Honestly, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what Darvin Ham is going to come in here and do. But hopefully we can see Russ get back to playing well, because like after this season, like Russ is taking so much slander, it literally doesn't even make sense. Like, I'm not saying it was deserved or wasn't deserved, because yes, he did play bad, but again, the whole Lakers team as a whole was bad. AD couldn't stay healthy. LeBron tried his best to do what he could do. But yeah, man, like I said at the beginning of the video, y'all let me know y'all opinions on Russell Westbrook. Like what y'all think he's gonna happen? Is he gonna get traded? Just let me know what's gonna happen. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed it, as always, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Now I'm gonna take this video. We out of here. Peace.